Hey everybody, welcome back to fishingwithvance.com on our Pelican Bass Raider mods part 2. Hopefully you guys have all checked out part 1. If you haven't done that, please make sure that you do so. Basically what we're doing is that we're going over our Pelican Bass Raider here. This is the model 8E, and this is my one-man bass wrecking crew, and we're trying to get this thing all set, ready to go here for the summer so that we can get out there and catch a ton of bass. So we're going to start where we left off with our part 1 video, which was back here, and what we were trying to do with our transducer mount for our Lowrance that we're mounting to the boat. So we took our old Minn Kota motor, we used the shaft, we mounted our transducer down below, and then I'm not sure if this was on part 1 that well, but we put this little handle on here, and basically this was just a piece of metal that I had laying around. We used the existing bracket here that was on the Minn Kota motor. This already had pre-drilled holes. We just put that through there, and now I got myself a trusty little handle right here that I can reach back and grab. It was all metal, as you can see, so I just threw on some electrical tape there, put a little thickness or a little knob here at the end so that I can grab on to be able to reach this. Obviously then we'll hit our easy tilt button, and then I'll be able to pull that, and then this also rotates, so then I can pull this as it's coming down. I can rotate that handle up. So it's not going to come down here, hit the table, hit the battery, anything along those lines. So we're real excited about this. It's going to keep this transducer obviously to the back of the boat and off of the sides. It's going to basically keep it out of the way. We'll see how this works. We might have to tweak this as the year goes on, but we'll keep you guys updated with that. Very excited for this though. This should work really, really well for us. So with that then, we had to figure out how to get our cordage mounted in this boat and how we're going to do that correctly for our Lowrance that we have, and then also our main Minn Kota, the 55, obviously down at the other end where I'm going to be. So very similar to what I did last year, down on this end, this is where all the batteries are going to be. So we have our main battery, which is our EverStart battery. We have our other battery then, this is what's going to power the Lowrance. So we got a lot going on down here, which is good. I wanted this down here on this end of the boat. I wanted the majority of all this cabling and everything like that. I wanted that out of the way so it's not down there by my feet. It'll help to disperse the weight. I'm going to be down there with the heavy Minn Kota. Battery weight and everything like that will be down here. So we had to figure out how to be able to run this. Hopefully you guys have seen on our other videos where with Vance's boat with a 10E, we have taken this same cabling, run that down through the middle of the boat for his to be able to keep that out of the way underneath the flooring. Basic same premise here, especially for the Minn Kota. We're going to use our wire. This is a 6 gauge wire, which is technically overkill for this. But that's all right, that's what we like to do. We got our terminals on there. I'll be able to hook these on here. That is then going to power the Minn Kota down here, which whenever we get down there, I'll show you the Anderson connectors, which again, hopefully you guys are familiar with and have seen those in our other videos. If you haven't, number one, I highly recommend those. It's a very easy way to be able to get your motor plugged and unplugged so that you don't have to mess around down here with either these nuts on your terminals, the wing nuts, things like that. Our other part of this then is the Lowrance and how we were going to do that. So let's actually go down here for a moment to where the Lowrance is, and let me show you why I did what I did. So as you can see, we got our Lowrance here. This is the Hook 2.5 triple shot model. So this hasn't actually seen any water time yet, obviously. Make sure that you guys stay tuned for some future videos. Once I get a little bit of water time, figure out exactly how to use this, we will go into detail on how to use this particular model, all the benefits, the features that come with it, things like that. I don't know how to do anything on it right now. We got it in demo mode for you. There's things on here that it can do I don't even understand yet. So stay tuned for those videos. But as far as with the wiring or the cabling, my original thought is as you can see, my cabling or the wiring for the Minn Kota is going to run right down here on the side. That keeps it out of the way here in the middle. It's over here. You know, you could run it down the middle, really wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I wanted to do it over here because I wanted to run my cabling for the Lowrance over here too. Keep everything together, be able to zip tie it, keep it nice and clean and neat. Well, what happens, and I wasn't thinking of this at the time, this cabling at some point, if I'm going to run it down here, it has to cross here. And this is where the bracket for the chair goes. And it's only a matter of time then, at some point on some voyage, that I'm going to rip that out with the chair. It's inevitable, it would happen. So I said, you know what, obviously I don't want to do that. I don't want this thing getting ruined or go in the lake or whatever, ruin the cabling, ruin these access points in the back. That wasn't going to work. So my only other option then was obviously to run that right down through here. This actually worked out really well for a couple different reasons. The first and foremost reason is that I don't use anything on this side of the boat. Once I show you, once we put the table on and once we put my chair on, I don't use this. This is all basic empty space. The only thing that goes here is my oar. So my oar will actually stick back in here. I'll show you that right here. That oar will sit here, something very similar to this, so that I can use this to be able to get into the boat and then push off, or then being able to get out of the boat at the end, or if, God forbid, as you've seen on some of our other videos, we got some motor or battery troubles. So this is going to be really the only thing that's here. This is basically dead space. So this, while I know some guys will be like, man, that's going to be in the way. You're going to have stuff, tackle, rods, things like that. That's why we have our table. So we don't put anything down here. This is basically free space for me to use. So we turned this into this cabling interstate for our Lowrance. Used some basic Velcro. We got our zip ties, kept everything together. Ran this right down through here. We got our excess cable then, fits right into this pocket here, real nice. We got our Lowrance, which is on the ram mount, which hopefully you saw in part 1. We finally broke the seal and screwed that baby in there. So I'm actually really happy with this. It's not going to win a beauty pageant. I get that. That's okay. I'm not here to win a beauty pageant. I'm not going to win one anyways. It's all right. We ran our cabling down through here, hooks onto our battery. Our battery then is Velcroed. That's double-sided Velcro, which you can pick that up at Lowe's, Walmart, and get that in a roll. And then we got our big battery, which I actually did put a thing of the double-sided Velcro right down here. It's a little hard to see. That just keeps that battery, gives it a little bit more stabilization while you're out in the water. Obviously, we're not going to be doing anything for that battery to get kicked over or anything like that. Cabling then runs back through here. We got one of these rubberized metal clamps.
They're rubberized.
That we broke the seal again, screwed that in there. But basically then we got everything all down here. It's neat, it's tidy. We got a little bit of excess for extra play, things like that, if we would need it, or for any reason I would ever need to cut that or adjust that. All that is down here. We go back down to the other end then. Obviously we got our Minn Kota. We got our good old Anderson connectors, which again, if you guys haven't seen these, I bought these off of eBay. You can get the cabling and the Anderson connectors together. You can also get these on Amazon, but word to the wise, it's very hard to find the actual original Anderson products on Amazon. There's a bunch of replicas that come from China. Not as good as quality, and number 2, it takes forever to get that stuff from China, especially now that we're all under attack by the coronavirus. So these guys, as you hopefully have seen, go together, lickety split, and then we're ready to rock and roll. That was with our cabling and everything like that. The other 2 things then that we did is that with this particular setup on the AD, one of the drawbacks to it is that there's nowhere for a pole holder. There's none that actually come on the boat as manufactured by the company. And then there's really nowhere to put one like what we did with Vance's boat or the 10E. So we had to improvise a little bit, and this is what we came up with here. Again, this isn't the prettiest thing, but this is going to do the trick right here with our pole holder system right here. So basically what this is, there's a couple different names for this. I call this metal pipe tape. Some guys call this perforated metal pipe tape. There's a couple different names. You can get this in Lowe's. It comes in a big 100-foot roll. It's about $12, and it's actually a really good investment. It is very sturdy, yet light. And if you look at the axe wall over here, that's what's holding up all those axes. Those all range from anywhere from about 4 to 6 pounds, these smaller ones. The ones up top range anywhere from 6 to 10 pounds. So that metal tape can do the job. It's going to be able to do the job and hold a pole here. And so basically we put one on the top, one on the bottom, and that's going to be able to keep that pole in there for me. Again, this isn't going to win a beauty pageant or a beauty contest. The other thing I'm going to need to do with this is that obviously you can see this is a little sharp here. I, in the summertime, like to kick my shoes off and everything like that, fish out here in my bare feet. Hopefully when Big Papa Pump comes and hits my lure, I don't catch my feet on this. So I'm going to wrap this in electrical tape to be able to give myself a little bit of extra protection. This is going to be a work in progress. I realize that's not perfect, so I will get back to you with how that performs and what we might need to do to be able to tweak that. Hopefully it works okay, so then I can just use that. We weren't too excited about it because we had to drill into the boat, which we had always sworn that we weren't going to do, but seeing that we broke the seal with the Lowrance, we went ahead and did it. What else are you going to do? So we'll get back to you with that, so stay tuned and I'll let you know how that one works. The last thing then that we did for right now for the AD, we went ahead and we made another table for it. So if you ever saw on our previous AD models, that table was a little bit skinnier. This is more of our standard model, 2 foot by 4 foot. We got our pole holders out here, and then we also added these handles so that you can get a quick grip. You're gonna be able to pick this table up then, especially if you're on the boat and you need to get off of the boat. What we find, especially with how we do it, you need to actually pick that table up, put it behind you, so then you can get off of the boat easier. We had problems trying to do that before with properly gripping or trying to grab onto that table. So we're going to try these handles out. Again, work in progress. We'll let you know how this works. But this is sort of our solution for that so that you can get a really good grip on that. So I'll give you a little demonstration on how that works. So bear with me here. You can grab right onto that. Hopefully you guys can see this table is nice and light. Fully camoed up by yours truly. You can just call me Michelangelo from now on. And then all you got to do, set this guy in there. This will then slide, obviously. The seat will go up here. Table's going to go right here. You got your handles on there for the quick removal. We'll have our stickers on here like what we had on there previously. Something along this line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually clear coat this. I haven't got there yet. I will do that later with either like a polyurethane or an enamel, something like that. I'll make sure then that we share that with you, what product that we used and how that's going to work out. Because obviously with this being bare wood and this is plywood, you get out there on a good rainy day that's a soaker, that is going to ruin this table. So you definitely have to protect this from the weather and from the conditions. And I'll let you know what product that we're going to use for that. So that's our basic conclusion of part 2 of our Pelican Bass Raider mods here for this AD. We're still going to have some more things that we're going to add. We're going to tweak these as I get out on the water here this year. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. If you can, make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Have your brother subscribe, your sister subscribe, anybody in your family, any of your friends. Make sure that you hit that bell so that you get the notifications whenever our videos hit. Stay tuned. We're going to continue to modify this. We got some other ideas for the 10E coming for Vance's boat, where we're going to make that thing lean, mean, and fast. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. Appreciate you guys taking the time watching here today. We love all you guys here at fishingwithvance.com.